All right, here we go. Timbermen up against the Fluffy Aimers. Mirage is the map. And Cole, my feeling here is that this could go one of two ways. Either the Timbermen fall into their form that they had last season and for a few seasons, right, where they can be really dominant against the lower tier of ECL, or this will be a ridiculously close match. I think those are the only two scenarios.
I 100% agree here, but right now I'm seeing Kel in the server as opposed to Jitter, so that's going to be very interesting.
Oh,
a quick
yes,
change here.
Good point.
And peeping, finding the first here. Kel is staying alive a surprising amount of time there. Snav comes in recovery here. Actually, the whole team is now inbound, but they still have to lock in these kills. Labored is Frankie on that frag. He takes his silencer off, but he's staying alive. And now they have yet to get the bomb down. The smokes have now faded away, and bomb is in the middle of jungle here, so they have to recover this round, and I don't know if they can.
Price gets one, but Shane gets the immediate trade, and that's going to be it. 1-0 for Timberman. So Kel, his last recorded HLTV performance was in 2020, and he was on the Timberman roster back then. But yeah, he hasn't played at this level for quite some time. We'll see how this one plays out. I am not entirely sure why this substitution came in. We'll have to dig into it a little bit more. Obviously, Jitter was the newest addition to the roster. Maybe things aren't working out for them, or Jitter's just not available. We don't have any information, so we'll just have to speculate for the time being. That said, Timbermen off to a nice little start there. Get hold of the A site to deny the Fluffy Aimers. We are going to invest a little bit into this round. Not a full-on force spike, because they didn't get the bomb plant, but it's going to be 3 Deagles, the P250, and the Glock keeping. We talked about earlier. Pretty solid performance up against Pain. He's going to have to do the same in this matchup, facing off with the Timbermen.
So wild, maybe last second substitution, but I'm excited to see it back with, again, the long-standing 4-man core now. I mentioned the 3-man core of Shane, Dare, and Snav, but now you've added Kellen back into the mix here once again. The team that used to, or did make it through into ECL a long time ago. But yeah, like you said, it just has been a long time since that guy's last played, at least an official on HLTV, so.
Yeah. I mean, even in ESEA, the last season he played was season 43. And I believe that was when he was playing with Depth. Frankie's going to get a couple here. Jason gets the trade immediately, but I think that's all they find in the round. And, well, okay, Dia, nice shot onto Dare. Not sure it's going to be much, and it doesn't. Dia's gone before I could even see it. So 2-0 in favor of the Timbermen, making that round look pretty comfortable. But here come the guns for the Fluffy Aimers.
This buy gonna mean a lot here, because whenever you go for these third-round buys without any bomb plants, you always do lack a little bit of utility. And on that T side, if you're lacking utility, you have a couple of different options. And maybe you try and take some contact and slow things down, but use very little utility to take that map control, or you can speed things up and hope that the early utility can get you that space that you need here. Peeping is actually deep on an angle towards chair here, and this hasn't been spotted by Dare, so right now, this position, you could catch him at no man's land, and yeah, that's exactly what happens. Peeping taking that early space right now has got them the opening pick.
Dia gonna take down Frankie as well. 5v3 just like that. Snav trying to bring one back, and he does. He takes a lot of damage. The engagement, Kel gets caught out, getting a little over aggressive towards the T-ramp, and now we have a 4v2 and a strong one, because Snav and Shane only have 114 HP combined, and now it's just Snav with 14, and that's it. Nicely done for the Fluffy Aimers. A very assertive first buy-up.
Yeah, taking that mid control, they threw, again, just very little utility. I think there was a window smoke in the mix there. They threw 2 flashes and a mully and connector to get the job done. And, I mean, it all just comes down to Peeping finding that opening pick there, setting the tone. He gets out deep in towards Delpan and was able to find that first pick. It never spotted him on the boost, which that boost can be so good to find yourself, like a cheeky little kill here or there, but that's some real speed from Peeping.
Alright, Molotov gonna get tossed into window. Dare. waiting until it dissipates completely. Timbermen are trying to go for a forest buy here, so forest buy wars are on, it seems. Not a bad one either. You got a couple of M4s, 2 Deagles, and an MP9. Utilities obviously a little light because they invested more into the armor and the weaponry. Still have a smoke and a flash available to them. Peeping. Waiting potentially for the smoke to dissipate. He's trying to get an angle above it. And you see Dia just spamming through that smoke at a common angle. 1 minute to go. Plenty of time for the Fluffy Aimers to get an execute going. And they do have a pincer attack being set up here. 2 on T-ramp and 3 at connector.
A little bit of deterrence right there. The shot being popped off through the smoke. Frankie actually going to open up proceedings right there from the window room, actually. Gets away with that kill and stays alive here. Now they're walking into a crazy crossfire. Dare finds himself 2 more kills. They haven't even spotted out Kill just yet. Or maybe they have. They molly him out of position. He's forced into the open. Can't connect anything. So now a chance here to recover this round between Learcy and Jason. But again, it's all about maintaining that control of the site. They have to swing Shane first. He knows it. And he swings out. He lands a headshot there. A little bit of relief comes through. Now planting this bomb's a whole nother story. That spam can come back. Dare, he's going to go for it. He's going to let him plant. He does, but
yes.
He takes care of it quickly. And the last alive gets double peeked by Frankie and Dare. Taking the elevated angle there from Frankie. And that's a very clean round from that duo right there.
Oh, absolutely. Dare doing a great job with the 4K, right? And we talked about him, very impactful player, usually with the op, but also very serviceable with the rifles. And then Frankie, who did have a significantly slow start to this season. In 5 maps played, only 57 frags, which represents about 11.4 frags per map. So not what we usually see from him. He usually is a pretty consistent, solid player. The Mythic matchup was tough for Timbermen, and obviously Payne. He did not perform at the level that we expect to see him at. But right here, starting off at 6-1, that's very good news. I always expected him to be a good addition to the Timbermen, and I think we're going to start to see it as the season goes on and as the team starts to gel a little bit better.
100%. Yeah, I was very happy to see his performance, right? Because he played a little bit of ECL under the one-tap banner. And I felt like he underperformed under that team in his first season. So actually seeing him get a second shot here with this roster, and in these last couple of seasons with this team, do very well. It's been good to see, and it's kind of been what I expect from him. And early in this game, he's showing up and delivering what he has been doing so far in recent history. He's up in towards Catwalk again. Here to deal with peeping, but lets him slip on up connector, spots him out, but does take a chunk off his HP bar.
That's all we've seen so far into the round. 45 seconds left for the Fluffy Aimers to get going here. If they don't take this round, probably going to be a bit of a reset in the next one. And an eco. Shane playing up close against the smoke. It's the right play. He gets one, maybe the second. There it is. Denied, and the bomb at his feet as well. Dia, Jason, and Peeping still have to wait for the smoke to dissipate, and through it, Frankie connects for a third. Oh, goodness. Disastrous here. There's really very little they can do. They might just want to fall off and save this op in the AK, and it looks like that is now the plan. Timbermen completely rebuffing the Fluffy Aimers, not even giving them a chance to get an XU going.
This is a perfect bait and switch setup right there coming through from the duo. You have Shane playing up close. Ooh, didn't expect him to push forward right there. Dia getting caught in transition. That's the op dropped. Jason, he should be safe, but yeah, it just seemed like they were disjointed on that take. You saw 2 players run through the smoke, but then you saw the rest of the team there from Fluffy Aimers not really in a position to spam them down or trade. And obviously, it's just such a strong setup there that even if they could trade, Frankie was close by to defend. They had time to rotate. They heard all of the aggression. They heard all the utility. So that round was just lock and key right there from Timbermen. And even just denying that op save is so impactful there. Jason, the only one bringing anything to this round, and the rest bringing deagles.
.135 on the clock.
Whoa.
Gotta... Oh, go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, Dia, he's got a guaranteed kill here if he peeks out. There it is.
Oh,
Oh,
almost not guaranteed, right? A little labored on the shots against Frankie, but makes it a 4v4. Fluffy Aimers do get another rifle out of it as well. Snap, nice little peek into T-Ramp, drop, sacrifice, 4v3 just like that. And Kel's going to get the smoke tossed for T-Ramp. Oh, this is just clinical now from the Timbermen. Snap connecting with another headshot. Learsey and Dia. Oh, Dare gets caught out in a very tough situation. Didn't realize Dia was that close, and Learsey gets the headshot onto Kel. 2v2. Fluffy Aimers have a path to both bomb sites, and each one has only one player defending it. So if they group up and try to take one, they will have a pretty good shot at taking their second round.
ooh, but this wrap right now. Oh, it's closed the window. Now Snav has spotted him, but now he is stuck. Dia can afford to wait. And he waits long enough for a repeak right there. Easy kill coming through from him. And now Shane, he spotted out. A chance to double peek him right now as the op spots him out there. Doesn't find the first frag. Shane does deliver here. One more, but no. Learsey puts him in the grave with a nice 1 dig. And a full house. Dia picking up the op. Finding success, and Learsey closing out the round. That's a massive lifeline for Fluffy Aimers early.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. That's just an eco round that goes absolutely perfectly for them. They get a second round. They don't give Timbermen, don't put Timbermen in a really good position to buy up because their economy is not that great. So 4 deagles, a little bit of utility. In fact, only one piece, that Molotov, and that's it. That's purchased up for Timbermen. Oh, of course, and a bit of body armor for Snav. We'll see what that does for him, if anything. And, well, it's not going to matter on that shot since he got hit right in the head. Luckily for him, that was through the wall, because if it wasn't, he would have already been dead from that AK bullet. A little bit of news, by the way, Cole. I did some digging and found out that I think the change to Kel might be permanent. I believe it wasn't. Oh, we'll get back to this. Dia is going to get the op frag onto Frankie. 5v4, and now the Fluffy Aimers are moving in towards the B site. Shane tapping away with the USP. And Dare does manage to get the headshot to Dia. Peeping. Fluffs the spray. He has to be careful pushing up here, but he's not up against much, and actually will end up going down to Snav. 2v3, a chance for the Timbermen to maybe make something happen here, but it'll be really tough in this post climb.
Yeah, I think it's all about just landing some damage here. Snav jumping about, and then towards underpass. It is just going to be a game of trying to apply some extra pressure to that economy. A couple of nice kills here. Maybe Kel, if he has his crosshair trained right in towards E-Box, he can get Jason here. Low on HP. There's a quick frag from him. Kel adding another one to the tally. Might be worth just going down here. He will. Here she comes through with the trade. Market is clear, so they will take that as an exit path alongside Catwalk. And it's going to be Fluffy Aimers moving up to 3 here. But what were you saying there? It's a more long-term adjustment?
Yes, so I do believe it was an issue with it not necessarily being a good fit for Jitter on the team, so he decided to go in a different direction. So the Timbermen, and Kel will be replacing him, presumably for the entirety of this season. Not an official confirmation there, that's just what I'm hearing. Okay. So it could change, but from the way it looks, I think Kel is here to stay at least for season 45.
Yeah, I mean, once you bring in a player like Jitter, right, you kind of expect that to be a pretty quick solution. I feel like he has the experience. He's not like a new risky pick, right? So if you're not getting that early success, it might be one of those, you know, just struggles to really nail down those roles and
and
like that chemistry.
I don't think it's anything against Jitter. I still think he's a really good player. It just didn't work out here with the Timbermen. I'm sure he'll find a new home at some point. But for now, the Timbermen moving forward with Kel. We'll see what he can do. Obviously, you have, your core fragging coming from Dare. Probably Frankie as well. We'll see how the season goes on for him. So it's more Kel needs to be in that supporting role and be strong with utility. I think that's his most important role to take.
Yeah, no question. It's going to be a challenge right now with some of the positions if he is just filling. I mean, obviously you have Shane doing all of the anchoring work, and very impressively so. And so right now he's doing that A side anchoring, and that's a very tricky role here out of the gate, especially when it comes to some of these, very mechanically strong players that Fluffy Aimers have to offer. So I'm going to be interested here if he gets challenged, if he gets tested, how he's going to do. This is some great map control here, moving up towards the catwalk with 25 seconds left. But look at the preparation that Timbermen have. So much presence here already on the bomb site here.
This is such a risky play by the Fluffy AIMERS, giving themselves no time to execute. Shane gets the 2K, looking to cap off a third potentially, but now he's by his lonesome. Frankie gets taken down. Reinforcements are coming. I don't think Shane needs them. He doesn't. A 4K coming through. 5-3 for the Timbermen, who continue to shut down the Fluffy AIMERS just when it looks like they're building up a little bit of momentum here.
Right there, that's what I was talking about. Shane on the anchoring right here, such an asset to Timbermen. He's able to do that in a consistent fashion. That's not just a flash in the pan round out of him. That's the sort of isolation of duels that this guy has been building up for so very long. And
yeah.
I mean, you just see it perfectly executed right there in the round. The way he just never gave him a chance to find that pick onto him. He never peeked behind that pillar until it was finally advantageous for him.
Yeah, and I mean, I did talk about, of course, Frankie and Dare being the ones that may be the fragging powers here for this Timbermen roster, but Shane's looking pretty good so far this season, of course, at 99 frags, only a few behind Dare, and also an 83 ADR and 7 3-kill plus rounds, including 2 4Ks. He's the only player, actually, who has 4Ks on the squad so far this season, and he racked up another one there, as you saw, and he also has the most 3-kill plus rounds on the team. Snav, gonna get an opener here. Maybe a second. No, he gets taken out by Jason, but Dare and Frankie are right there along with Kel to take care of the rest. 6-3 for Timbermen.
Yeah, I mean, the multi-kills that Shane has speak dividends on his anchoring.
Yes.
It is always mind-bending to me. Every time I watch him play and then I look at his HLTV rating, they don't match. I think he's got someone else's stats or something, because it is very impressive. Definitely underrates him here, but doing some good work so far in Timbermen, answering back after a tough eco loss. They keep their composure. They go for a little deagle buy. They do some good damage, and then they immediately start getting those wins once again.
So Timbermen starting to take control here. Fluffy AIMERS on another eco round, although they have afforded themselves a Galil. That's in Peeping's hands. See what he can do with it. They're moving out to the A site. They've gained the space pretty much for free, but Dare was waiting with the AWP and connector. Kel also watching from CT. The bodies are starting to drop for the Fluffy AIMERS, and they don't have any type of response in sight. Jason and Dia, the last two standing here. And I mean, one of them's already trapped. That's Jason in Sandwich. Dia's trying to join him to reinforce a little bit, and Jason's just trying to find a path out, but it's so very difficult, and, well, that's why. There's just too much to deal with. Shane gets one, and Snav gets the touchdown on Dia to finish off the round.
Nice and tidy right there. That's exactly how you wanted to go. Kel playing a pretty passive game in towards CT spawn, just kind of jump spotting. That's definitely the easiest way to play A right there, is let your teammates actually do a lot more of the heavy lifting. You can maybe be a presence in CT spawn, but for the most part, it's just about staying alive here and being able to add that additional element of jungle and stairs and all of that. So very good control there. Kel there, very fast-paced aggression though from Dia. Look at the way that he pathes in that entry right there. Dare goes for an aggressive op move, but they didn't expect him to be running up cat like that.
That's just a really nice entry found from Dia. He's leading the board right now with 9 frags, looking like the player who's come in here most ready to go against the Timbermen. Peeping has a chance to get a jump on Snav. He's waiting for his opportunity, doesn't want to break away the vent just yet. Jason takes out Kel in the meantime. 5v2 now as Dia finds Snav. Jason drops Frankie for his second, and Shane, last one standing, probably scratching his head wondering what the heck happened in this round. No one dies for the Fluffy AIMERS as they take their fourth. Where was that over the last 4 rounds?
Yeah, I love the pathing right there. You can see how Dia was just jumping forward there, getting so very aggressive. He finds that opening pick, and out towards A, they find a lot of success as well. I mean, Dia even presses his advantage. He walked up connector to flank the window player. They were so cautious about the way that they played that man advantage situation out, just letting Dia continue to work some magic there. That's very promising from Fluffy AIMERS. It's a good look at the way they took that mid control here as a quick trade as well. Again, taking that mid control, but not allowing for the success to linger too long. As Timbermen find one, but they're up cat already.
Frankie Spots some information towards the T-ramp. Has to readjust himself to also keep an eye on mid because no one else is really there. So a lot on his shoulders right now. Player looking to peek out from Palace. That's Dia with the AWP. Frankie challenging, continuing to pepper rounds in both directions. Peeping. Sneaks into ladder room, and the fluffy aimers are readjusting themselves. They were playing defaults. Now they're moving in for what will be likely an A hit, and I think Peeping is going to try and support from connector, which could be powerful, but look at this flank that's coming in. Does Dare realize what he has in the palm of his hands? Well, he will soon. There's one from him. Sees the second player. Can't connect just yet. Flicks around and won't get the second frag. Sacrifice trades him out. That gives Timbermen a ton of information. Shane just jumps around the corner. Talked about how good he is anchoring this B site. Again, denying Peeping any sort of presence and making this a man advantage for the Timbermen, Cole.
Oh, footsteps have to be heard by Kel. Look at the adjustment that he makes here. He's still focused on ramp, but they're moving their way out of Palace here. Perfect crossover adjustment to deal with one. Frankie will take care of the other. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Shane was able to find that kill. That was very impressive because he should have been dead to rights, and that should have been the B bomb site. Realistically, I think Fluffy Aimers just they let that round slip from their grasp, given that one small detail, and from there on out, they kind of have to desperately reroute towards A once again.
Yeah, no, that was just a ridiculous play from Shane. He's jumping through the air, doesn't get caught out, even though movement was obviously a little bit rough. If Fluffy Aimers were more prepared for that, or the player he was going up against was ready for that type of play, might have been dead to rights, but instead he gets the frag, and that's the round pretty much with so little time left. Here's another quick push. This worked last time too for the Fluffy Aimers, right? They pushed out into mid aggressively. They get the opening frag in the first 20 seconds, and then they have that 5v4 advantage. Let's see if they can capitalize once more. Frankie, obviously aware of this play because it just happened a couple of rounds ago. Thinking about when he can push out and have a peek towards mid, if he's even going to at this point. And it appears as though the answer to that is no. Although Dare, well, he's feeling daring. Yes, I'm sorry to say it, but he's looking around here. And he won't find anything, but his teammates do. Kel and Frankie find a couple of frags, 4v3 just like that, in favor of the Timbermen.
He's able to actually get that position towards ramp as well, so now further isolation here, at least opportunities to do so. And always pressing the advantage here. Shane's going to take that spot in towards apartments here. Press the issue here. Frankie containing his spray brilliantly. But Dia does deal with Kel, making this round a little bit tricky in the way that they work around it. Learcy obviously very low, but they're both so split up right now. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Getting over to Dia is going to be a whole challenge in its own right.
Yeah, definitely. And Learcy, like you mentioned, needs to get over here. Plant this bomb. Luckily for him, the spacing is actually good. No one's really watching from jungle or mid. There was going to be an engagement potentially if he waited a little bit longer for Shane. They're not looking for Shane, and he's going to get a freebie onto Dia. Now it's only the low HP player and Learcy, and they know exactly how to surround him. Learcy, aware of that, looks into CT, but there's nothing he can do. Frankie drops him to dirt. 9-4 in favor of the Timbermen. Nice effort from the Fluffy Aimers, though. I like that they're taking an aggressive movement. They're moving aggressively into mid, right, in the early round and trying to get that opening frag, which has worked, but the problem is now Timbermen are ready for that.
Yeah, and they had some good protocols to, bounce back from that man deficit, although I will say, maybe just send some smoke spam through that top mid smoke if they continue to make that play, right? That's maybe a good way to deal with it. Because the fact that they just get away with it once again, just pushing through that cat smoke, it's something that maybe you can get away with once, but now it's multiple times that they've been able to find that opening pick. Although, again, if you're able to recover from it here, Timbermen are still lining up to be in a very decent shape here at the end of the half. Pass towards mid, though, already up connector. Flash goes deep, though this time there's two players running in connector, and that's going to completely change the game for them.
Oh, man. Here's a nade that could connect for some damage. Dare hits the shot onto Dia. And now Peeping does indeed. I was going to say takes damage from nade. He also goes down. Okay, nice shot from Sacrifice. Not sure how much it's going to mean here as Dare is taking care of pretty much everything. And yeah, round is over. Dare gets the 3K. Nice shot from the Fluffy Aimers, but that's all they'll take out of that round. Double digits found for Timbermen. 10-4 in their favor as we head into the 15th and final round of this half.
Looking fantastic right now. Timbermen closing things out. maybe he could have had even further chances if they were able to maintain that that economy there. And we know that they lost that Deagle round, and that led to an eco, so lost 2 rounds essentially for that eco loss. So potential for even better signs, but still, if you can walk away with 11-4 here on your opponent's map pick at the first half, and then you get to try and establish a little bit more dominance in the second, that'd be the great position. Five alpha, look at the aggression that these guys have here. So very fiery, still able to deal with one, Snav as well, but it's a 3v3 here as the rotations arrive onto the scene.
Dare. Looking to be impactful once more with the big green. Or the big orange and white in his case with that Asimov. Frankie's going to take down Learsy through the smoke right after this bomb gets planted. And Sacrifice. He has 2 so far, but he's going to need more than that to keep the fluffy aimers in this round. Dia watching from T-Ramp. Sacrifice underneath balcony. Smoke comes out. On the safe offer for the bomb. Dare gets the frag on to Dia, and then Frankie takes care of Sacrifice. That means it will be 11-4 in favor of the Timbermen as we head to the halftime break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Second half of action between the Timbermen and the Fluffy Aimers, and Timbermen really in full control at this point. We talked about it during the break, Cole. It felt like the Fluffy Aimers were going for a more puggy approach here on Mirage, pushing through smokes and trying to get those early edges, which was working, right? They had that one round where not a single player died because it caught the Timbermen off guard, but that's the type of thing that only catches them off guard one time, and then you might get a frag playing like that afterwards, but you'll get shut down quickly soon after that type of play occurs again.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. It definitely caught him off guard, like you said, but it's good to see that adjustment from Timberman again, showing their experience here that they have in ECL and delivering a very strong half. Now, one thing that I've really liked out of Timberman on this map is the way that they're able to work some of this mid control. You might not see it too much on the pistol round, but they are definitely capable of bringing that same default into these rifle rounds. Here's a top connector smoke gets tossed on in. Here late into the round, a very slow, atypical T-pistol coming through from Timberman. They're dwindling that clock in. Fluffy Aimers obviously not pushing the issue too much. They've just caused another rotation, though, towards this B-bomb site, so that smoke may be doing its job. One flash here continues to sell 2 players more in towards market, and now they're ready to press the issue in A.
Timbermen haven't lost single body. They've already got control of the A site, and that helps even further because Dare gets the headshot into Jason to CT. There will be reinforcements that are going to arrive, but Fluffy Aimers are in a very tough spot. No kit available to them either, so they have to go quickly here and start to get some headshots. Otherwise, this round will be over. Learcy, there's one, but Shane trades out immediately. Sacrifice, back and forth we go. 3v3, and Sacrifice and Peeping get 2 more. It's all up to Shane, and he's not even close to the bomb. They're trying to defuse it right under his nose. He gets 2 headshots. Can he get the last? He does! Shane clutches the 1v3. Just when it looked like the Fluffy Aimers would have an edge, get around. No, Shane denies them with his second 3-kill plus round of this map.
Oh my god, perfect position right there from Shane as well. 10-second diffuse. He finds the first frag quickly on a Peeping on catwalk right there. He needed to find the second just as fast. And obviously you're just sticking that diffuse hoping that, you know, my teammate top connector is going to take care of him right there. But Shane, he bails out his team big time right there with the advantage that they were in. And now it's another pistol win. It's probably going to be another conversion with the purchase that they're bringing to the table. There is a couple of deagles, and we've seen some very nice deagle shots come through from Fluffy Aimers. So, can't count them out too quickly. Ooh, a little toss of the smoke there.
That's creative.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. Get that smoke to your teammate without having to expose yourself. Thing is, Fluffy Aimers could see that if they were watching, but they weren't. Man. Fluffy Aimers don't have that much to work with in this round. Just a couple of deagles bought up, so 1,400 invested into the round. Everything else default pistols, a P2K, and a couple of USPs. Snav coming around the corner, wants to farm some money with this SMG. Fluffy Aimers are tucking themselves in. They're not stacked on either side. It's a pretty standard setup outside of the fact that they do have the pistols. And Dia catches Snav with the deagle. Okay, that's one. Can't really upgrade or drop down to get that SMG. At least it's a frag found. Problem is, now they're leaning towards the B site quite heavily, and their only A player is dead.
Yeah, they made a big gamble right there to stack that B bomb site. Not the worst idea.
No.
I mean, you just sometimes have to make those risks happen, and it doesn't pan out in this case, unfortunately for them. Fluffy Aimers gonna get picked to pieces from this point forward. No more kills coming through. I do like it though, right? You play a pretty standard default. You hope that maybe these deagles will find nobody pick. You found it. And then imagine if they went up catwalk, which is a very common anti-eco play for teams. They walk right into 4 players on B. A couple of them have deagles. You know, that's a chance at actually winning that round.
Could have been different, but Timbermen get that one frag that's important, and Fluffy Aimers don't adjust in the direction that they should have. So, Either way, it's just a pistol round. Fluffy Aimers will be back with the rifles now. It's going to be 4 A1Ss and the A4 and a decent amount of util, but not that much. Might have been a good idea maybe to sell it for an MP9 and get a full util belt at least for one player, but now they're only left with 3 smokes and a nade after that early volley of utility. And look at this, Timbermen are going to try to take the site immediately. Peeping headshot onto Snav, so that really slows them up, and they might not even go to B anymore.
It's a tough reroute here, but they get caught trying to aggress towards middle. It's a huge kill back from Kel. It levels the playing field here, and yes, it's a lot of information here in your Russian apartments, but now they've got an equalizer. Now they've got themselves a 4v4 and a minute 10 left to play with. You know, in these sort of positions, sometimes the gaps can be created. But they continue to dive back in towards A like they've been doing throughout the pistol in the last round. Well, this time Fluffy Aimers seem to be adjusting accordingly. They're having a little bit more of a presence here, with Dia just covering the cross from apartments here, and it's going to really reinforce this bomb site defense.
Yeah, they still have a lot to worry about, though, because these Timbermen have some very solid mechanics. 35 seconds left. Jason, perhaps a bit exposed. We'll see if he's clear out. Yeah, Frankie's hard clearing this under Balkan. Yeah, there's the insta-headshot. Learsey can't really do much about it either. He's going to be mollied, flashed, everything. Frankie gets another one, and that makes it a 2K for him. Peeping and Dia, the last two standing. Peepy's going to peek around here and get one. Dia does as well. Thing is, there is good for one more, and that gives his team the man advantage. Dia, only 7 HP, no kit, no nades. Yeah, he's got to bail, needs to save with the economic situation that the Fluffy Aimers are in, and Timbermen will find themselves a 14th. Probably a 15th as well, Cole, because Fluffy Aimers aren't going to have that much cash going into this next round.
Not quite. Good save from Dia right there, but what a great recovery of a round. They rush in towards B, just hoping maybe they can find them off guard, right? B rush, it's worth a shot. You got such a great advantage right now. They get shut down. They have to reroute. Kel finds a kill towards top of mid just off that B rush. I imagine they're trying to get a quick flank or something. And look at the way that Frankie's just able to systematically pull that round back with a brilliant clear under balcony.
Look,
he's playing very well right now. It's good to see again. I mean, this start of the season didn't kick off great for him, but this is looking like his chance at resurgence.
Oh yeah, no question. This is the Frankie that Timberman wants to see. 20 frags on the board, leads the team and the server. He still might get a few more here before this one's done and dusted. 10-round lead for the Timbermen as well. Dia, Molotov, they have to dedicate a smoke, and that will give away some information. He does connect onto the head of Snav, take him down to 10 HP, but Snav will bail. There's a smoke, guising his retreat. In the meantime, his team is hitting the A site and hitting it well. Jason and Peeping are dropped. Dia looking to recover something, anything, but he's smoked off, and now they have to play for either retake or save what they've got for the following round. Oh my goodness, so decisive from the Timbermen, getting the opening frags they need on the A site, clearing it out completely, and then the util was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that information of spotting out a boost towards the top of, or bottom of underpass,
yes,
rather. That's just, you know, 2 players guaranteed, right? 2 likely mid players, definitely Dia. That's the rifle. So you just dive it in towards A. You know it's going to be probably pistols. You can get a standard execute. Just able to pull the pin on that off of that information alone. And he lives. This absolutely incredible from Snav. Easy save call here again. But Fluffy Aimers probably running out of gas in this map at least here.
Update from the B stream. Strife at the halfway mark. Cole are up 12-3 against ATK on Anubis.
That's scary. Oh boy,
yeah.
ATK. Looks like their woes of yesterday have kept up.
Yeah, it's weird though, right? Because in the cash cups, they always look so solid. It feels like they never perform outside of expectations. But then at the beginning of Challenger League seasons, there's always some shaky starts, and I'm not entirely sure why. If it's just psychological, something along those lines. But either way, still They proved yesterday they can come back from pretty much any deficit. We'll see if they can do it again today. Back to this match. Kel gets the opener. Sacrifice and Dia get a couple, but the numbers are even at a 3v3 with Timbermen once again taking control of the A site. Sacrifice needs to find something because if he doesn't, this map is done, and he won't. What an F1 race car peak from Dare off the flashbang from Snav, and it's Learcy and Peeping. I don't know. We'll have to see if they can do something, anything here to keep Fluffy Aimers from falling. Oh, nice. 2K comes through. Shane manages to get a response, but he falls, so it's up to Snav to get the bomb plant and the round.
It's going to be a little reposition here, it looks like. Doesn't pick up the bomb. Instead, he's going to go clear CT spawn here. If he can actually grab this real estate back, that'll be a whole lot more comforting here for Snav in the late round. Although Peeping is making his move all the way in towards B, so...
Did he not see the bomb?
He's going to route up Catwalk. I would have thought he made his move towards jungle, but
yeah.
Catwalk is definitely going to be a surprise for Snav. You wouldn't expect this deep of a reposition.
It feels like Snav kind of thinking, yeah, that might happen. He's looking back and forth.
I think he can see bomb from this position. I'm not sure what Peeping would see.
Yeah, we'll have to switch over. No, he can't.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, now he saw the player.
Given over.
Yeah. Peeping. 1v1. Pressure is on no util, so it's going to have to be a dry fight. Snav does have the smoke. I'm not sure how he's going to deploy it. He would give away his position if he tossed it, and I think he got an audio cue there. Definitely now as Peeping jumping up and down. Snav connects. That's it. 16-5. The final score in favor of the Timbermen. In fact, sorry, 16-4, excuse me, in favor of Timbermen. I gave them extra round there on the Fluffy Aimers, which I'm sure they would have appreciated getting, but they could not convert at all after the open.